Hey, it's Dino in Studio 95 here, getting ready for Christmas, but welcoming Levi Riggs.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming by. All right, before we started this up, we got talking. You grew up on a dairy farm.
That's right. Yep. Windridge Dairy Farm in Indiana. Yep.
All right, and you said, but you said you just sold the dairy farm.
Yeah, well, we just kind of got out of milking actually. We had a big straight line windstorm come through. It threw the freestall barn up over the grain bins. Decided to take the insurance money. And so yeah, but 100 head of Jersey dairy cattle. So.
Wow, good stuff. All right, so an Indiana dairy farmer gets into playing country music.
That's right, yeah.
Did you listen to the country stations while you were milking the cows?
Yeah, 95.5 and WFMS in Indianapolis was on all the time, and that's kind of how I started learning country music.
What were the acts that you heard and you went, I need to do this?
Yeah, Rebecca Lynn was a Brian White song that came on, and John Michael Montgomery Sold. And actually, Sold was my first solo in 5th grade.
Really?
And I took it all the way up into the stands, you know, found the pretty, you know, blue-eyed, blonde-haired lady and did my thing in the stands. So it was cool. It was cool. But that's how I kind of got into performing country music.
Wow, in the 5th grade?
That's right, that's right. Yep.
So, well, good. So then you told me you ended up in Amarillo, Minnesota, back in Indiana.
Yep.
And now now you've got your record, you're putting your album together, starting to go out and tour the radio stations.
Yeah.
Is this this has got to be an exciting time because it's finally that thing in 5th grade.
That's right.
You're starting to do it.
Yeah, I realized early on I had talent, and I always was pursuing other things. You know, I was an athlete in high school, and then eventually went to Purdue University, got involved with the Purdue Glee Club, sang all over the world with that, and then started writing music. I was like, man, I saw Walk the Line, and I thought, man, I really want to do what those guys did back in the 50s. So I started writing my own music, and now it's come to life.
But Walk the Line, you mentioned Johnny Cash. Is there something about that era too now that's an influence that maybe when you were younger you didn't appreciate?
I mean, with Johnny Cash it was more about the songwriting and the lyrics, but Elvis was really the guy that I latched onto as far as the stage performance and the energy and the charisma, and I love to see that kind of effort put onto the stage performance.
Do you think there's a lot of younger people that go back to Elvis, that go back to Johnny Cash, that kind of stuff, and say, there was something about that time?
I think so. I think those two artists are timeless artists, and really, it's a genuine thing. I mean, Johnny Cash, he may not have been on pitch all the time, but you know, he was steady and sharp as a razor blade. So, I mean, there is something really unique and raw about that time period.
Tell me about your record.
Yeah.
You're putting it together right now, right?
Well, it's actually finished. I recorded 2 6-pack CDs in Nashville. We used 3 producers, which is kind of not typical, but each producer brought something unique to the table. Paul Compton has worked with Luke Bryan, does a lot of publishing and songwriting, and so he produced My Best Friend's a Girl, which is our current single right now. Matt McClure works with Lee Bryce. He worked on a song called There's Still a Place for That we're excited about. And Eddie Gore worked on Hillbilly Superstar, which is another song that I think could potentially be a single. But 3 great producers on this project.
But I like the idea of it's not just one thing. You've got that varied interest in when people get your CDs, they get a little something different with each song.
Yeah, and that's cool too because you know when you hear an artist, sometimes it all sounds the same. You know, and I want to have music when people come to my show. It's a variety type of show, but it's all within the same genre, so it mixes it up.
I'm looking forward to it.
Great.
Levi Riggs came by to see us at Studio 95.
Thanks.